What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And let's get into it. This story first comes from CNN. Taliban fighters execute 22 Afghan commandos as they try to surrender. This happened in the Dalat Abad region near the Faryab province, close to Afghanistan's border with Turkmenistan. And according to witnesses, video showed the commandos' bodies strewn across an outdoor market. After a fierce battle to hold the town, the commandos had run out of ammunition and were surrounded by Taliban fighters. That's what witnesses said. In one window, about 45 seconds long, the bystand can be said in Pashto, the local language. Don't shoot them, don't shoot them, I beg you, don't shoot them. The bystand then asks, how are you, Pashtun, killing Afghans? The Pashtuns are the main ethnic group in Afghanistan. The Red Cross has confirmed the bodies of the 22 commandos were retrieved. So, yep. This is coming as America is set to leave Afghanistan by the end of August, which looks like the region's going to be in pretty much turmoil, and the Afghan forces don't have the supplies they need to hold out. But moving on. ExHouston officer charged after allegedly assaulting handcuffed man and shouting shoot. The former officer was placed on indefinite suspension in an incident that began with a traffic violation in 2019. The officer is Lucas Vieira. He faces a first-degree felony charge, which carries a possible prison term of 99 what, I don't know, because in the article it doesn't state whether it's months or years. But yeah. For a second, oh wait, here we are, this is a bit. According to the lawsuit, the incident occurred after Howard, 34, was driving with an expired registration in Houston. Vieira ordered Howard out of his car, handcuffed him. The suit says, added that he complied and no weapons were found, but was still placed in a squad car. Before a second officer could perform what was the suit described as a body cavity search, Howard fled. He grew frightened of the officers, Kalinin said in an interview. That's why he took off running. An account of the incident provided by Vieira's lawyers, James Cisco, said that the officers detained Howard after they saw marijuana in his car. After Howard darted across the freeway service road, the officers were nearly struck by oncoming traffic. According to Cisco's account, when they caught up to him, the account says the officers struggled to keep Howard from pulling both of them into the freeway traffic. In body cam footage released by Kalinin, Vieira can be seen chasing Howard whilst shouting "shoot his ass" to a second officer, which was Thomas Serrano. After Serrano detained Howard, Vieira can be seen striking Howard in the head. According to Vieira's lawyer, the officer struck Howard in shoulder area 3 times and once in the head. The account added that Lucas, who sprained his ankle, probably saved both Howard's life and possibly that of the other motorists. According to Vieira, used his handcuffs like brass knuckles, hitting him at least 3 times. The suit said Howard was so terrified that he defecated himself. It is also alleged that Vieira, Serrano, and the third officer pulled Howard's pants down and made fun of him. Yeah, pretty bad, pretty damn brutal, and horrible is here. We'll have to see where the suit goes, but from what is stated, it was not what an officer should do, and the officer has been let go by the Howard Police Department, by the Houston Police Department, sorry. Brain fart there. Yeah, the officer has been let go by the Houston Police Department, and now there's criminal charges that are pending against him, and we'll see where that goes in court if there's any more updates. Google hit with record $593 million fine by the France's competition watchdog. France's competition authority fined Google €500 million for failing to negotiate in good faith licensing deals with publishers and news agencies. Google was ordered to present an offer of remuneration to publishers within 2 months of risk facing fines up to €900,000 per day. Basically, the remuneration was for Google searches, where they have the news thing and you see articles, you can click on an article and choose it, blah blah blah. France, because of new copyright laws, which France has implemented and is one of the first countries in the EU to implement, because Google is not compensating the news organisations, then France can fine them. And they have. According to Google, they were in the process of actually having a rights deal. They agreed to a major digital copyright deal with French publishers. As part of that deal, the company said it would negotiate individual licenses with members of France's press alliance covering related rights and access to a new service called News Showcase. But the competition industry took issue with this, saying it did not include discussion of remuneration for current users of content covered by neighbouring rights for the press. And because of that, France decided that they had enough and fined Google $593 million. Google said it was very disappointed by Tuesday's decision and that they have acted in good faith throughout the entire process. Google spokesman told CNBC, "The fine ignores our efforts to reach such an agreement and the reality of how news works on our platforms. Today, Google is the only company to have announced agreements on neighbouring rights," spokesman added. "We are also about to finalise an agreement with the AFP. That includes global licensing agreement, as well as remuneration of the neighbouring rights for their press publications." Yeah, Google fined a lot of money, and they're not going to be the last. This is the first, but they're not going to be the last. This is the first big one to get done. Next could be Facebook. We will have to see. But it's a big blow. It's kind of concerning. Like, if I lived in France, I would be really worried about doing this kind of news content that we do here. Because I don't know how that would work for me. I wouldn't want to be fined a lot of money. Especially not 900,000 euros a day. Obviously, I'm not big as Google, obviously, but where does it stop? Who do they go after? Like, if someone else uses, like, a link to another article in their article, like, does that count? Like, crazy laws. It's the only good thing about UK not being in the EU anymore. Literally the only good thing about it, though. Burger King, final story from Kiro7.com. Burger King workers write "We all quit" on sign, walk out of Nebraska restaurant. So this comes in the wake of there being absolutely horrible management there from regional managers. "We all quit" the sign at the Lincoln Burger King read, "Sorry for the inconvenience." Richard Flores, who had served as general manager since January, had put in a 2 weeks notice, and 8 other employees also did so. Shortly before I decided to post a message on the sign, KLNKN reported, "They've gone through so many district managers since I've been GM," Flores said. "No one has come to the store to help me out. They're so in and out." So according to Channel 8 ABC, "We all quit," the local burger message that was recently taken. And if I go here, then we can see the bigger picture. And that's the big picture of it. Yep. As you can see, we all quit. Sorry for the inconvenience. But yeah, apparently the work conditions were just terrible. That they were short-staffed. They were working out 50, 60-hour weeks. And that at one point the air conditioning broke in the kitchen and the temperatures in there reached 90 degrees. And Flores herself had to go to hospital after becoming dehydrated because of the extreme work conditions. And they just basically had enough. They joked about it and they all decided to put in the 2 weeks notice and they put up the message. Yep. Apparently, Flores' boss fired her later that day, but she'd already put in a notice, so who cares, really? But yeah, good on them. It teaches you a lesson: respect your employees. You've got to respect your employees, because if you don't, well, you'll lose them, and you'll lose the good ones. Poor management is what ruins businesses. Get good management. You know, you need good district managers, you need good regional managers who are on top, who help out, you know, each location. You need to respect the staff there and take the concerns in, and not make them work in horrible conditions, right? But anyways, guys, as always, if you like the video, hit that like button, comment down below or on the side or wherever the comment section is, and subscribe or hit that follow button if you want to do so. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I will see you guys in the next one.